No, I remember when COVID happened and you were writing you were doing videos on Facebook, and I was like, man, this dude's gonna be a manager. He's gonna help me out with all this. Like, it's gonna be great. And then he promoted the Karen 2, I think, right?
How do you promote Karen 1? How do you promote? That's what I'm saying, bro. I was going out of my way on Facebook to do workouts every single day.
On video.
On video, editing it that day.
By yourself in the gym.
By myself in the gym during COVID. Just to try to keep the members involved.
In shape, yeah, keeping them in a rhythm. And I was like, man, this dude, even I thought, I was like, yo, what is he doing, bro? Like, podcast dudes.
Alfonso, what's up, my man?
What's going on with you, bro?
Dude, it's been a while.
It has been a while.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let's kind of backtrack a little bit. When did you first come to 9 Round?
I don't remember when I took the job because at the time, I wasn't looking for a job. My friend had offered me. I knew the owner's daughter, and she was like, yo, you box, come make some money. I was like, all right. And then through all that, like at the time, I was just like, yo, whatever, I'm just doing this. Like, and I was like I was a completely different person. And then you came along, you know what I'm saying? So after you came along, I was like, yo, this is a chance for me to like really, grow. And I wasn't, even though I was boxing, I wasn't comfortable talking to all these people and really making. At the time, I didn't know I was making this connection with them to the point where they were like happy to see me and stuff. Like, so a couple months down the line, with me growing, with you telling me like, yo, like you're a savage, like you don't even realize, but like you have the technique and you know what you're doing. You just gotta like, realize that you're
capable of more than you initially think you are.
Right. Because I mean, I didn't really have a passion for it, I would say. Right. But then once I started to see how I made these people feel, how it made me feel, how I was growing,
and how you're making them grow,
and I was doing what I like still. It was like, well, it's a good situation.
Right.
It's a good situation. And then from that, I just, talking to you more, I just grew, just went that much better.
Can you distinctly remember the sort of mindset you were in before you even came to 9 Round?
Before I came to 9 Round, I was I would say, I don't know if selfish is the right word, but like, I was really only worried about me. Like, I remember, like I said, I only took the job to make some more money because it was paying more than my other job. I didn't really see it as like, I was like...
As an impactful,
right? Like I was going to grow as much as I did.
Right.
And so, but yeah.
You joined 9 Round because you at that point had how many boxing matches? Dude, that's what the thing... I train people, listen to this. I train people who act like they want to actually box and they want to be about that life. But as soon as they get hit in the face, they realize, oh, this isn't a joke. Like, this isn't a game. And you know the old proverb, you don't play boxing, right? The old pugilistic proverb, you don't play boxing. You don't play fighting at all in general.
See, I'm saying I was selfish before 9 Round because I was doing boxing for me. And like after the 9 Round, after we quit 9 Round, I had grown and all that. I wanted to be healthy and, just grow myself for the people around me at that point. And that just motivated me more than being selfish,
Right, because at that point, you recognized the limitations of the joy and worthiness that you felt, and let's just say purpose that you had in your life when you were doing it simply for you. Like when you're boxing, imagine, and we'll get down to this point, imagine if you had done all this growth and then went into your first boxing match.
That's what I mean. That's why I'm trying to get you to like train me and do something with me. But
we'll get there. Because I'm cornering my boy.
I know. I saw the
not this Saturday, next Saturday.
I might buy tickets.
Dude, you should.
I want to. Yeah, I want to.
Yeah, it'll be good, man.
Yeah.
But again, because now imagine how much more prepared you would be from a mental standpoint. Because any boxing coach is going to tell you this. Any MMA coach, any high-level combat coach is going to tell you this. Combat sports is, Teddy Atlas says it's 75% mental, 25% physical. You, again, before embarking on the 9 Round growth, went into boxing, went into all of your life, you went into the competition of boxing similar to competing in every facet of your life from the lens of simply Alfonso. But when you go to 9 Round, you start realizing how much more worthiness, how much more purpose, how much more meaning you get in your life when you're doing things not only for Alfonso, but for these members that quite literally look forward to seeing you every day.
Yeah, but I mean, at the beginning, like I wasn't really like, I was kind of quiet. I was just there, like, again, collecting a check.
Right.
I was there, like, just like, yo, I know how to do this. I might as well be here. But then, like, once they started growing up, they got used to me because they saw like, yo, this kid is quiet and he's new. He's his first time doing this, but he's like, he knows what he's doing.
It's the minute they have somebody giving them that selfless effort to make them a little bit better, not just because it's my job, but because I actually want them to get better, you can see those people quite literally changing in their outlook and behaviors just on people fundamentally. Because there are people that came in there scowling, mad at the world, and they had such shitty trainers for such a long time that when two people come in and just give it what they think is the bare minimum of their all.
Bare minimum. We thought it was the bare minimum, literally. Because once I started seeing how these other trainers are doing it, it's like why not? If I'm already doing this, I might as well do it like how the best that I can.
If you're gonna do anything, why not go all out?
Yeah.
Because if you wash dishes like a dirtbag, you're gonna do everything else like a dirtbag.
Yeah.
And if you quite literally train these people with least effort just to say, okay, I'm just trying to get this 30 minutes out the way, I'm just trying to get this shift over, it's gonna be explicit and evident in your training. And I think that's why members complained about certain trainers and not about others. I think there's a reason why certain trainers felt the type of way, then felt the need to go out of their way to try to conspire against people because they weren't putting in the effort and it was explicit to the members.
Yeah. I feel like we were, when I was training people, I wasn't competing with nobody. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I was literally just having fun and growing as a trainer and a person. But I didn't really realize as a person until later on, but like, just growing with all these people, it was like, then I started seeing all the drama and it was like, bruh.
Bro, because you were doing it, again, you weren't doing it competing for Alfonso. You were doing it to make the members better. The people that were causing the drama, the Karens, let's say, Karen 1 and Karen 2,
yeah.
they were competing from a selfish standpoint. They wanted to be the best. I want to be number one. Why do they think Mitchell's number one? Why do they think Alfonso's number one? Oh my gosh, right? And there's also an explicit age discrepancy.
That's true. We weren't the youngest though.
No, yeah, we were technically the youngest.
Technically,
you were the youngest. Then it was me. No, it was Nathan.
That's what I'm thinking. Nathan was
Are
there
you
too.
older than Nathan?
And I think I'm older than Nathan.
Yeah, exactly.
He's still in school, I think.
Right. It went Nathan, then you, then me, and then Michael, I think.
Yeah.
Dude, Karen 1 and Karen 2 were in their 40s.
Damn, really? Well, see, I feel like
Karen 1, Holly, is 44.
Damn, really?
44.
I didn't know that.
Competing with us.
That's my thing though. I was quiet. Even towards the end, I was kind of. Even towards the end of my working there, people were still saying like, "Yo, you're quiet. You need to speak up." But like, they were all also the same people who said that were also saying like, "Yo, great
They
workout,
loved you.
great
Yeah.
workout." It was like, yeah, like I don't know if it was just I never am used to like speaking up like that, like yelling at people or whatever. I would tell them like, "Yo, throw 1, 2, blah, blah, blah." But then the combo would be so savage, and then it'd be like, "Yo, that was a good sweat I just broke."
Right.
All the things you showed me and all that, and it was like. That was the only really complaint I got. It was like
the integrity of your work, though, spoke for itself. Where if the one thing they're going to complain about is, if anything, you're too humble, you're too quiet.
Yeah, I think that was They wanted me to be a little more assertive, I guess.
But let me
in
tell
a
you
way.
this: the people that were assertive and that were extracurricularly loud and unnecessarily moving and stuff.
Good way to put it. It's a good way to put it.
They were what? Getting complained against because people didn't enjoy the effort they gave in because there was a facade.
Yeah.
You were truly yourself, but under the guise of wanting to help people out.
True. That's a good way to put it, man. Even in the mornings, I would have like, it was rough for me to really, like 5 a.m., like,
5 a.m.
I was like, it was hard for me to like get the energy, but I know for a fact if I worked with everybody for at least 2 rounds, just, doing my thing,
It'll show itself.
It'll show itself.
I mean, and bro, you came in, think about it. You came into a job where you're training people XYZ, not knowing the expectations. And like you said, at 5 a.m, and you walk in and the dude training you is up here screaming, jumping up and down, doing all this stuff at 5 a.m. So it almost just sets the tone for like, well, shit, if this motherfucker can do it, I can probably do it. Plus, you actually have boxing training and a certain level of actual practical experience to where at that point, it's just learning the ropes. It's just understanding what the job actually entails.
And you helped me with that. You did. I feel like you're a big part of the success I had because you pointed me in the direction of where I needed to go. And then I was like, okay, if I just do the things he's saying and then put in my own stuff,
Putting your own flavor into it. And what ended up happening? You start getting, remember after like a week, they started posting about you on the Facebook group?
Yeah, that was a crazy feeling too. I don't know if like it was just weird. Like I would actually have an effect on how good people's day was. Like they would see me and just light up like, oh yeah, he's working. Cool.
Ain't that crazy?
Like, damn. Like,
When's Alfonso working?
Yeah.
I would get to ask that all the time. Hey, Mitchell, is Alfonso coming back to Newmark?
In a way, did you ever feel like kind of not bad, but it's like all these, it's not other trainers, like certain trainers, like it wasn't their fault that like they'd always see me and you on the Facebook, and it was really never ever them. It was always just me and you and Michael and maybe like two others, but felt not bad because like some of them were still, you know, working, but like they just weren't getting the recognition because we were just on another level in a way.
This is all I'm saying. I don't think it has anything to do with our presupposed combat knowledge that made us good trainers. It's based in what we just talked about, the effort from which our intensity stemmed. And the effort from which our intensity stemmed was, I want them to be better. I don't want to be the best trainer. I don't want to be the most acknowledged trainer. I don't want a Facebook post about me. Like, we didn't look for that.
No, we didn't.
We wanted them to be better. And the byproduct of that effort was them acknowledging it. Like, best example is Lisa.
Yeah, she was a great trainer.
Great trainer.
Yeah.
And what sucks is double E, you know what I'm saying? What sucks is she faces the brunt of people that are doing the wasted movement, let's say, the two Karens at the top. Like, the two Karens at the top set the tone of, like, what we don't expect out of trainers, like this fake energy, because we can tell it based off of the authentic energy Mitchell, Alfonso, and Michael are giving us. And so when Double E gets that same authentic energy, but doesn't get the recognition, she feels almost coupled with the other two Karens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't blame her for feeling some type of way, or even other people feeling some type of way. Do you know about like mine and Nathan's argument? Did you hear about that shit?
I think so.
This dude was sitting in his car. No one was in the gym. So he was just sitting in his truck, and he came in a minute late. And he thought just because he was out there at 11:59 or whatever the shift change was. I think it was 8:59 because I think at that point I was leaving at 9 a.m. Whatever the shift change was, he was in his truck before the time started, but he didn't walk into the building until a minute passed. And he knew he could because he knew no members were in there. Minute he walked in, I go, "What are you doing, dog? You're a minute late." On some like, clearly nobody spanked you. Clearly nobody has told you like, this isn't acceptable. A minute late is a minute late. It doesn't matter if you're 30 minutes late. And for you to not understand that just because you were in your car doesn't mean you were in here clocked in when you should have been. And after that whole conversation, Nathan started getting hella love from people.
That's true, huh?
But get this.
Yeah, I remember that.
Karen 1 and Karen 2 saw that argument on the camera, went to Nathan and were like, I don't think Mitch should be talking to you that way. I don't think he should. And like, we're getting in his brain being like that was unacceptable. Like, he shouldn't be telling you what to do and all this sort of stuff. Even though he explicitly grew from that experience.
And then I remember you telling me like, oh, I talked to this dude Nathan. Now he remembers liking. Now he's growing. You know,
I was hype about it. You remember that?
I remember you hype. Yeah,
and he was hype. At the end of the convo, I literally told him, I was like, Nathan, I ain't even trying to say all this to like. I'm not trying to say all this to even be an asshole to you. Like, I literally caveated the whole end of it with, I know how I talk to people can be intense, and I don't mean to come at you sideways. And there was no one in the gym, so it was a perfect opportunity to talk to them. Of course, I ain't going to do that in front of members, right?
That's a big factor, though.
Big factor.
That's a big factor.
But again, the Karens didn't give a damn. The Karens were like,
they're trying to get people on their side.
Right, I can find a reason to make Mitch look bad. Even though Nathan explicitly grew from it, because I feel like that's what people need, especially young men who don't see or hear that.
Yeah.
That level of accountability. Like, I never wanted anything bad to come from any of them other than the consequences of their actions should be equal to their actions. But ultimately what sucks is the members that suffered from it.
Yeah, man.
All of those members in Liberty who, again, looked forward to seeing Michael, looked forward to seeing Alfonso, and every once in a while when I was up there. The members at Newmark who looked forward to seeing Mitchell, looked forward to seeing Alfonso, looked forward to seeing Michael. Like, I feel bad for those people. So much, because a lot of them I'm friends with on Facebook. A lot of them I still have a relationship with. And it just sucks because it's not as easy to access helping them the way we were able to in that setting.
I think towards the end they were starting to hire like a bunch of high school kids.
Literally.
So I think, yeah, they're probably
a bunch of high school kids that I was getting messages from members saying, I canceled my membership.
Yeah,
I was getting messages every week. Bro.
I was even getting messages
every week talking about I canceled my membership. Do you have anything you can help me with, Mitch?
Yeah, literally.
I'd write programs for these members. I'd write diet stuff for them. I made that diet video explicitly to give to members because I was answering the same question to all these members on, yeah, just go do this, go do this, go do this. Same thing with the workout programs. I was writing them custom workout programs.
No, I remember when COVID happened and you were writing you were doing videos on Facebook, and I was like, man, this dude's gonna be a manager. He's gonna help me out with all this. Like, it's gonna be great. And then he promoted the Karen 2, I think, right?
How do you promote Karen 1? Holly is Karen 1. Cindy was Karen 2.
Okay.
How do you promote? That's what I'm saying, bro. I was going out of my way on Facebook to do workouts every single day.
On video.
On video, editing it that day.
By yourself in the gym.
By myself in the gym during COVID. Just to try to keep the members involved.
In shape, and yeah, keeping them in a rhythm. And I was like, man, this dude, even I thought, I was like, yo, what is he doing, bro? Like, man. I showed my friends, I was like, yo, look at this dude who's showing me, like, what's up. Like, he's making, like, all these crazy videos. And then when I told my girlfriend later, I was like, yo, they made this lady a manager. And she knew her only because of her energy of, like, you know, just running around the gym and screaming. Right. And I was like, yeah, that girl. They literally
promoted
made her a manager.
Yeah.
So, I couldn't believe that whenever that happened. And I could only imagine what you felt like, too.